This is the story of Sunny, the silent friend who never judges, never interrupts, never demands attention, but is always there, exactly when you need him most. He doesn't speak with words, yet his presence says everything. Through quiet eyes, steady breaths, and unwavering loyalty, Sunny shows a kind of love that doesn't need translation. It's felt in the stillness, in the space between heartbeats, in the gentle pressure of his body against your leg when the world feels too heavy. Every morning in the Miller household begins the same way. Before the coffee is poured, before the news is checked, before the day officially starts, the uniform comes out of the closet. And the moment it does, Sunny knows. His ears perk up. His tail, which had been thumping lazily against the rug just seconds before, slows, then stops. His expression shifts, not with sadness, not with resistance, but with purpose. The playful glint in his eyes softens into something focused, something disciplined. He watches as the boots are laced, the badge is clipped, the duty belt is fastened. And the instant those polished boots touch the floor, Sunny rises. No command is needed. He moves with quiet precision to the door, waiting patiently as his handler, his partner, his friend, steps into the role that carries weight beyond the uniform. Sunny leaps into the cruiser without hesitation. He settles in the back seat, not lounging, not napping, but alert. Ears forward, eyes scanning the passing streets, nose twitching at every new scent. He doesn't just ride along, he serves. He senses tension before it's spoken. He reads the slump of a shoulder, the tightness in a jaw, the quiet sigh that lingers too long in the car. On difficult days, after a call that lingers in the soul, after a confrontation that leaves invisible bruises, Sunny doesn't bark. He doesn't whine. He simply leans closer. His warm body presses against the leg of his handler, a silent anchor in the storm. And in that touch, there's a message clearer than any words. You're not alone. I'm right here. But the moment the cruiser turns onto their quiet street, something shifts. The engine idles. The driveway appears. And before the car even stops, Sunny's posture changes. The tension in his shoulders melts away. His tail gives a single, soft thump. Then another, faster this time. Work mode off. Family mode on. The door opens, and he bounds out, not with the rigid focus of a working canine, but with the joyful abandon of a dog who's finally home. At home, he's not Officer Sunny. He's just Sunny, the dog who naps in sunbeams, who steals socks from the laundry, who waits by the back door at 3 p.m. sharp, because that's when the school bus passes. The dog who licks tears without knowing why they fell. The one who curls around small feet at night, a living blanket of warmth and safety. When their daughter was born, there was uncertainty. Sunny had always been the center of their world, the first to greet them in the morning, the last to say goodnight. He'd been through academy training, high-stress deployments, midnight calls, and silent vigils. He was a protector by nature, a guardian by training. But a baby? Fragile, loud, unpredictable? No one knew how he'd react to sharing the spotlight, especially with something so small, so vulnerable. But from the very first moment Sunny met her, something in him softened. Not weakened, softened. Like a warrior laying down his sword, not in surrender, but in devotion. He didn't bark. He didn't sniff too close. He simply sat beside the crib, watchful, still, as if already understanding the sacredness of this new life. In the early weeks, he never left her side. While she slept, he lay on the floor beside the bassinet, eyes half closed, but never fully asleep. If she stirred, he lifted his head. If she cried, he stood, quietly, respectfully, until her parents came. He never once tried to climb into the crib, never pawed at her, never acted out of jealousy. Instead, he chose presence over possession. As she grew, so did their bond. She learned to crawl, and Sonny learned stillness. She reached for his ears, tugged his tail, patted his nose with clumsy fingers, and giggled at the soft woof he made in response. He never flinched, never growled, never walked away. He simply let her explore him, as if he understood. She was learning not just about dogs, but about trust, about gentleness, about love that doesn't flinch. Sonny, the once fiercely possessive toy lover, who would guard his ball like treasure, now lets her take it without a second thought. She drags it across the yard, chews on it, drops it in puddles, and he watches with calm eyes, tail wagging slowly, as if to say, "It's hers now, and that's okay." Wherever she goes, Sonny is close behind, not hovering, not smothering, just there. When she runs, he trots at a distance, ready to catch her if she stumbles. When she rolls down the grassy hill behind the house, squealing with delight, he's already waiting at the bottom, tail thumping softly, eyes bright with joy. He doesn't need praise. He doesn't need treats. His reward is her laughter. One quiet afternoon, her parents found her sitting cross-legged on the living room floor, holding a framed photo, one of her father in uniform, standing tall beside Sonny in his vest, both looking serious, both radiating quiet strength. She traced their faces with her tiny finger and whispered, so softly they almost missed it, "Daddy's at work, but he's right here." In that moment, their hearts broke and mended all at once, because they realized Sonny wasn't just a dog. He was the living bridge between duty and home, between absence and presence, between a father's service and a child's need to feel close. He carried the essence of her dad in his posture, in his loyalty, in the way he stood guard over her world. And through Sonny, she never truly lost him, even when he was miles away. Now, with another baby on the way, there's a quiet confidence in the house. Not because everything will be easy, but because Sonny will be there. Calm, steady, loving. He'll guard the nursery again. He'll learn to be gentle with two tiny hands instead of one. He'll adjust his space, his routine, his heart, because that's what he does. He doesn't love conditionally. He loves completely. And his love doesn't ask for credit. It simply is. Sonny teaches without words. He shows patience by staying still when pulled. He shows courage by standing guard in the dark. He shows joy by wagging his tail at the sound of little feet. He shows devotion by choosing every single day to stay. On weekends, when the uniform stays in the closet, Sonny is free. He chases tennis balls until he collapses in the grass, tongue lolling, eyes half closed in bliss. He naps in patches of sunlight, belly up, paws twitching as he dreams of open fields and flying frisbees. He lets the girl braid ribbons into his fur, badly, wear his collar as a bracelet, briefly, and drag him around in a toy wagon, dignity intact. And when her father comes home from a long shift, tired, weary, carrying the weight of the world, Sonny is the first to meet him at the door. Not with frantic barking, but with a slow wag, a quiet nudge, a look that says, "You're safe now. You're home." They sit on the porch sometimes, man and dog, watching the stars, saying nothing. And in that silence, everything is understood. Sunny doesn't fix the world, but he makes it bearable. He doesn't erase pain, but he shares it. He doesn't speak, but he listens with his whole being. This is the quiet magic of a dog like Sunny. Not flashy, not loud. Just deeply, consistently, unconditionally present. And in a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, that kind of presence is nothing short of miraculous. Today, Sunny's paws are a little slower. His muzzle is tinged with gray. He naps more than he used to. But his eyes? They still light up at the sound of her voice. His body still rises, just a little more carefully now, when she calls his name. And when the new baby arrives, as she surely will, Sunny will be waiting. Not as a hero, not as a hero's dog, but as a friend, a brother, a silent guardian of hearts. Because love doesn't always need words. Sometimes it comes with 4 paws, a wagging tail, and eyes that understand everything, without a single sound. And in the end, that's more than enough. That's everything.